Shavana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Parasevanarsyare. Pujana Sakita Natmani Vedana Govinda Dasa Vilasare. Vajahure Mana Shinandanandana Abhaya Charanarandure. Sulabhamanava Janamasatange Daroe Bhavasandure. Oh Hare Krishna, oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Oh Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Syamarani did it. Explain the meaning of this verse. Vajahure Mana. The one and only Syamarani Didi. I'm not qualified to explain the song. When Srila Gurudev heard the devotees sing this song in Badger a couple of years ago, he told the story about how the author of this song, Govinda Das, became what he was and how he came to write such a beautiful song as this. He was previously a devotee of Durga, the powerful deity of material energy, who's worshipped by the materialists for material motives. And he became very ill, deathly ill. And his brother, Ramchandra, was a pure devotee of Krishna. So previously Ramchandra had tried to get him to be a devotee of Krishna but was unsuccessful. But now that he was critically ill and all of his prayers and worship of Durga and all of his medicines were a complete failure, Ramchandra, his brother, said, now you see that everything is a failure, why not try worship of Krishna? So Govinda Das started to worship Krishna, and in just a couple of days his critical illness was finished and he came back to strong life. Then he became a very strong devotee and he started writing songs about Lord Krishna, and he sent one to Srila Jiva Goswami, the only Diksha disciple of Srila Rupa Goswami and the great associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after that, Jiva Goswami blessed him to write many, many songs. So Govinda Das is a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, and he's praying, Abhaja Hare Mana Srinandanandana, Abhaya Charanara. Then Gurudev said, our Guru Maharaj, that is Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, his A.C. Bhaktivedanta is Abhay Charanara Vinda. That means that the lotus feet of Krishna is the place where when you take shelter, you become free from all fear. So Govinda Das is praying to the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, Sri Krishna, that anybody who's struggling in the ocean of material existence, repeated birth and death, can be completely freed from that by taking shelter of his lotus feet and by getting the association of his devotees. Then he's lamenting that in my material consciousness, my material conception of life, I've had sleepless nights and miserable days because I'm concerned with material affairs. And my life, I'm so attached to this material life, but it's tottering, just like a lily leaf. It has drops of water on it, and at any time it can go into the water. So my life is flickering, just like that. Then he says, everything I've taken shelter of, like wealth, like family, like sons, what happiness did they give? That happiness was also very flickering. And I've served all kinds of material masters, thinking that I'm going to get some material remuneration, material return from that. But instead, I've uselessly served those wicked people, and the result is my life feels like zero. Then he's concluding by saying that my only desire now is to engage in the 9 processes of devotional service, hearing and chanting about Krishna, remembering his lotus feet, going on parikrama, the holy places where he performed his pastimes, performing worship of his deity form, like we have the deities of the Lord here, offering prayers, becoming his friend, surrendering everything. This is my only prayer, that I can, by these devotional processes, that I can offer my very life to him. This is my only desire, and I pray that that desire is fulfilled. So Govinda Das and all the acharyas who sing beautiful devotional songs to Krishna are teaching us how to think, how to reprogram our mind. And that's why their songs are all written in the first person singular, so that when we sing them, it's all I. When will I become a devotee? So that this creates what's called sanskars, or impressions on the heart. Like if you have a rock and you have a rope, and you move the rope back and forth on the rock, it doesn't do anything. But if you keep going, then it starts making impressions on the rock. So when we keep singing songs like this, gradually it makes impressions on the heart, so that our whole life changes, our whole identity of who I am changes. Instead of thinking, I'm this material body, this lump of ignorance of pus, blood, and urine, I begin to get new impressions on the heart, that I am a servant of my Gurudev, and I'm an eternal servant of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. feet. Atmani Vedana Tui Pare Kori Hoinu Paramasuki Duka Dure Gelo Chintanarailo Jadike Ananda Deki Asaka Boya Amrita Dara Tomara Charana Dvaya Tate Kona Vishimalaviya Tadina Bhavera Boya Atmani Vedana Tui Pare Kori Hoina Paramasuki Duka Dure Gela Chintanaraila Sadike Ananda Deki Tumara Sansare Koriba Sevana Nahibo Palera Bagi Sabe Sukha Chahe Koribo Yatana Hai Pade Anuragi Tumara Sevaya Duka Hoya Jato Seato Paramasuka Seva Sukha Dukkha Paramasampara Nasya Avidya Dukkha Purva Itihasa Bhulinu Sakala Seva Sukha Pemane Amito Tamara Sumito Amara Kikaja Paradane Amani Vedana Tui Pare Kori Hoinu Paramasuki Duka Dure Kelo Chintanarahilo Jadike Ananda Deki Bhakti Vinoda Anande Dubiya Tomara Sevaratare Sabe Sesta Kore Sabe Ishamata Takiya Tomara Gare Abmani Vedana Tui Pare Kori Hoino Paramasuki Duka Dure Kelo Chintanarahilo Sadike Ananda Deki Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'll just quickly read the translation. This is a song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He says, "O my Lord, since I have surrendered my soul permanently at your lotus feet, I have become supremely joyful. All my sufferings and sorrows have gone far away, and no more anxieties remain in my mind. I see only bliss everywhere in all four directions. Your lotus feet are reservoirs of immortal nectar, where one may live free from lamentation and fear. I have found peace there now, and have given up the fear of worldly existence. I am the servant in your house,
working diligently without attachment to enjoying the fruits of my labor. Everything I do is only for your pleasure, and thus I am always enchanted by remembering your lotus feet. Whatever problems come to me in the course of rendering service to you, I accept as the highest pleasure, for in the course of your service, happiness and distress are equally great riches. Both destroy the misery of ignorance. Since I have become absorbed in happily serving you, I have completely forgotten all my past history. All I know is that I am yours and you are mine. What else is of any value? Bhakti-Vinod, thinking in an ocean of nectar, says, all of my endeavors are completely mixed with your desires and are directed to you only, now that I am a resident in your house. By the way, I think we may have some of these songbooks available, and even if you don't know how to sing them, even just reading the translation of these songs, all these prayers in here were put together by very saintly, pure devotees, and we don't even have to come up with our own prayers, which are generally mixed with so many selfish motivations. If we just read these beautiful translations and pray to the author that a drop of their mood will come in our heart, then we can also one day cultivate these pure moods.
Good evening, welcome. We have now devotees that will perform Mahesh and Brihan. They will do flute and harp. He will introduce the song and you'll get an idea what it is.
Haribol. So we are still waiting for some of our friends and musicians coming. We were going to perform some of the mantra dance later this evening. But right now, just to follow the course of events, we are going to do a song which many of you are familiar with. And that's the story of Lord Damodar. It's one of our favorite songs based on the traditional lyrics, the Damodar prayers, and with an arrangement for the harp by Brihan. So it should be a very nice song. For those of you that don't know I'm going to turn off my own thing. And they don't work anyway. Well, that's good. I won't even have to turn it off. So now the next thing is that for those of you that don't know the story of Lord Damodar, Lord Damodar is actually baby Krishna or child Krishna. In many other traditions, they worship God as a child as well. Like we have the celebration of Christmas in the Western world, and of course in the Buddhist tradition they also celebrate the birth of Buddha and Buddha as a child. In any case, Lord Damodar is the story of Lord Damodar or baby Krishna. And thanks to the teachings of Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he taught us that actually the worship of God as a child is on a higher platform than the rasa of God as a father. Because when you serve a child, your son, you have to surrender unto your son without expecting any return from the child. While if you worship God as a father, you may have certain considerations in your prayer, like my dear Lord, help me with this, or give me bread, or give me whatever. So you're always asking conditionally. Love has certain conditions. But when you are serving a child, that relationship requires more surrender. And that was the teachings of Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj. Now, the story of Lord Damodar is about baby Krishna, who, as a child, most children are very naughty, and they do things that, are naughty. So one of the things that Krishna used to do was to steal the butter from the neighbors. And he's also called the butter thief. And so one day, the gopis, the neighbors, complained to Mother Yashoda and said, your child, is stealing our butter. You got to do something about this. So his mother got very upset and ran after him. But, if you try to catch God, it's going to be very, very difficult, almost impossible. Except that there is only one way that you can catch God. Actually, you can catch Him. Just one way. And that is by love. So, when Lord Krishna looked back and he was running away from his mother, and he saw his mother was working so hard, was sweating, working, trying to catch him, and said, oh, let me be caught because my mother is working so hard. I don't want her to work that hard. So Mother Yashoda caught up with him, and then she chastised him, tied him to a grinding mortar between two trees, two Arjuna trees, and said, and now don't move, stay right here. And so she left. But Krishna, who is all-powerful, very powerful, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although he was in the form of a child, he pulled from the ropes and brought the two Arjuna trees down, and out of the trees came out two beautiful demigods. So this is the story of Lord Damodar. Hari Hari Bol. And we'll be back later. Thank you. We are waiting for the next presentation. In the meantime, I'll just be making some time here. You ready? Okay. So before we begin, we know that our Srila Gurudev is apparently not feeling well. Of course, we know that this is just a leela, a pastime. He is transcendental. But for the devotees who are around the world, and we're all on different levels, if we see something that we can't quite understand, many of us on different levels, we understand that Gurudev is fine. But for our sake, not for his sake, we should take 5 or 10 seconds, and let's all collectively around the world chant the mantra in our minds for just a moment, if we can. We all know the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Srila Gurudev. All glories to our beloved Srila Gurudev. Gurudev ki Jai. So, next we're going to have our own Kunti Devi, who's going to be performing a belly dance. This is a dance called Raksharki, originally from Egypt, and it migrated down to India. And so is it her and a troupe or just Kunti? It's Kunti Devi and her troupe. So she's going to take just a moment to prepare, and then we will witness our own Baba Tarini and Nri's daughter. Radhe Radhe.